Hello and welcome to Ideal Pronunciation Studio. My name is Tennyson. In today's edition, we will be looking at how to pronounce words ending in ed. That is, words that ends with letter E and D. How do we pronounce them? But before we do that, let us discuss letter T and letter D. Now, both letter T and letter D are consonant letters and they have their respective sounds. The sound for letter T is T, and that's voiceless, while the sound for letter D is D. It's voiced. Now, the both sounds have their differences and they have their familiarity, which informs the decision to discuss words that ends with letter E and D. So let me give you a few words that has letter T and how to articulate letter T when you find them. And also I'll give you some words with letter D and how to articulate the sound for letter D when you see them. So here are a few words. Let me start with words with letter T and how to articulate the sound for letter T. T-O-I-L, toil. T-E-E-N, teen. T-U-R-N, ten. T-O-I-L, toil. And T-U-R-T-L-E, turtle. And then T-O-R-T-O-I-S-E, tortoise. Alright, so let me give you some words also for letter D now to articulate them. D-U-C-K, duck. D-O-L-E, dole. D-A-M-N, dam. Alright, dam. D-A-R-K, dark. And D-A-Z-Z-L-E, dazzle. And D-I-M-P-L-E, dimple. All right, so this is for you to appreciate the sound for letter T and the sound for letter D in a word. Now that you've known how to articulate the sound for letter T and how to articulate the sound for letter D, how about when you have words that ends with letter E and D? So some people erroneously call it either way, not taking cognizance of the sound for letter T and the sound for letter D. It will interest you to know that when a word ends with ED, most of the times the past tense of verbs ends with ed. So it either takes the sound for letter T or the sound for letter D. So here are a few words to help you, bend towards the sound for T, okay, where it is ed. For example, the verb fix, F-I-X, which is fix. When you add ed to it, it will be fixed, okay, and not fixed. So it's fixed, okay. The verb K-I-C-K, which is kick. When you add ed to it, it will be kicked, okay, and not kicked, all right. The verb D-A-N-C-E, dance. When you add ed to it, it will give you danced. Okay, so he danced. All right, he danced at a party. Okay, now the word look, it's a verb, so it's look, but when you had ed to it, it would be looked. Okay, now the verb laugh, it's laugh, but when you had ed to it, it would be laughed. All right, so she laughed at the man. All right, let me also give you the verb watch, which is watch, to keep a watch. Now when you had ed to it, it will become washed. All right, so let me also give you words ending in ed, but this time around takes the sound d. So hear me say the word called. The word is called. All right. The word clean. Then you had ed will be cleaned. All right. The word use originally is use, but when you had d, which makes the word ends in ed, so it's used. All right, so the word follow, folllow, which is follow, when you had ed to it, it becomes followed. And finally, the word love, which is love. When you had d to it, making it past tense, okay? So it makes the word ends in ed, so you say laughed. So I am saying this so that you can understand that when words ends in ed, it can either tilt towards the sound of letter T, which is the voiceless t, or tilt towards the sound for letter D, which is a voiced d. All right, so when you see verbs in a word that has ed, you either pronounce toward the sound for letter T or the sound